Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Sterling Reads, and I just wanted to update you with a few things that I have finished and what I'm currently reading this week. I felt like it was a good reading week. I finished Harry Potter, the first one, and of course it was a reread. I plan to get the second one from the library on audio and listen to it whenever it does come in, and continue on at the moment. We'll see if I finish 2 and go to 3, but it's just something fun that I'm enjoying. I love rereading. I always feel like there's something that stands out a little bit more different times when I read things. So my favorite part in the first Harry Potter book is when, and I'm sure this isn't a spoiler because, I mean, who hasn't read Harry Potter, who wants to, right? Anyway, when Harry Potter finds the mirror, and I forget the name of the mirror, and it shows him his family because it shows you your deepest, darkest secrets, you know, and some family is something he has never really had. And Dumbledore, when Harry Potter goes back, because the mirror can be very addictive, Dumbledore tells him, you know, you shouldn't come back. This is showing your desires. It's not real. And he asks Dumbledore, what do you see when you look in the mirror? And Dumbledore says, I see myself holding up 2 woolen socks. You can never have enough socks, right? And when Harry Potter goes back to bed, he thinks, I wonder if Dumbledore wasn't being completely honest with me. Which I thought was great because, yeah, I'm sure Dumbledore saw socks, him holding socks when he looked in that mirror. Anyway, it's great read, feel good book, you know. So I will be continuing on in the series, but through audio. Something else I did finish was Bane and Mistletoe. This is a bunch of little short stories of, you know, it's around Christmas time with vampires, werewolves, and there were a ton of authors. I hate to say this, I am not a short story person. This was okay. I did love the first short story, which I have read before. It's a Sookie Stackhouse story, and it was called Gift Wrap. And I really enjoyed that one, but the rest of them were fine. You know, nothing really sticks out that I could say, oh, I love that story, or that was very clever, or whatever. They were just cute Christmas stories, supernatural things in it. So it's okay. Something that I was wanting to read this weekend, because Jane Austen's birthday is the 16th, and I had planned to be reading one of her novels, rereading, because I've read them all. But what happened was I picked up Pride and Prejudice, and I'm probably going to finish it tonight. I love Jane Austen. She is so witty and clever, and I feel like her books are so underrated. And I know they're very popular, but when I speak to people in real life about Jane Austen, yeah, it seems like they don't realize what a gem she is. Anyway, another thing is, I don't understand why they have to change things for movies. It's like when they turn it into a film, they have to change or add things that make no sense to me. When when Elizabeth Bennet is at Pemberley, and she's there with her aunt and uncle, and she does not believe that Darcy is there. She's outside, and the aunt and uncle are talking about how old the building is, and all of a sudden Darcy comes around where the stables are, and their eyes meet, and they both blush, from seeing each other. They meet each other's eyes. That scene is so good. I don't understand why in the movie, the latest movie, they made her be nosing around the house, hearing somebody play the piano, and she's being nosy, and she has to open a door that she's really not supposed to be in. And she sees Georgiana and Darcy, and Darcy sees her. She takes off running. he chases after her, and then they have an awkward conversation. I don't understand why they had to do that. Like, why did they have to change it? I, I don't know. I think those subtle little things, a look, I'd rather have that than, you know, the others. I don't know. I plan to, like I said, finish this tonight because it's so good. So good. And I may continue on with another Austen. I may pick Mansfield Park back up. Mansfield Park is another favorite of mine. And I don't know. I'm in the mood for it. I really should read Emma. Emma is the least read of Jane Austen novels that I have. So I probably should pick up Emma, but I'll probably pick up Mansfield Park. So another book that I'm really enjoying right now, and that is The Rebels. This is number 2 in the Kent Chronicles series. And this is so dramatic. When it says drama, it is drama. I love how some of the first characters have carried over into the second book. And yeah, in surprising ways. I love that it's historical fiction. It's the beginning of the Revolutionary War. I thought Mayfair was going to jump up here and knock everything down. Also, I love that we have historical characters. We have Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, you know, some real heavy hitters in America history. So yeah, I am not quite halfway, but I'm really enjoying this. And I'm so glad I have the whole series that I can keep moving along. Hopefully 2024 I'll be able to read the whole series, but we'll see. And the last thing that I am reading right this minute is The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. I am not very far, as you can see. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm reading it slowly. I don't feel any need to rush with it. I feel like it is a book that I guess you could like rush through it, but I don't see the point of rushing through a book that is written like this. Another thing I want to say about it, I just finished a chapter called Elizaveta, maybe. I'm not sure how to, I don't know Russian pronunciation very well, so forgive my mangling of the language. But anyway, it's about this young woman who, I mean, I would say that since I don't know. Okay, so there's a lot to it. She shows up in the father character in this book. She shows up at his place and she gives birth. And then the author, I love how the author speaks to you and says, hey, wait a second. Let me take you back and tell you more about this story because, you know, you need to know more about it. So he goes and he tells us more about her. And this, I called her Elizaveta when I was reading it. She is very small. She's like under 5 feet, tiny little thing. Anytime anybody gave her anything, whether it was food or clothing, anything, she would give it away. And not only just give it away to people who needed it, like if somebody gave her a roll, she would give it away to like a rich lady. So she would give everything away. Her mother died when she was young. Her father was very abusive. And this girl did not speak. And she would just sleep on the road, like sleep on the ground. And she always just wore a t-shirt, which to me made me really nervous because I'm like, okay, she's going to get raped. Well, the town people are very protective of her, but she ends up pregnant. And then the town people are going on like, who did this? Who did this to her? Which I was very happy that the town people were they like wanted to protect her and they were trying to figure out who did this. And the girl, when she gives birth, she is able to climb over the wall where the main character's the brother's father lives, and she gives birth, and she ends up dying next to her baby. Well, the servant also took care of the brothers when they were babies. He is raising this child who he believes, I mean, the town people, everybody says there's a rumor that it's their father's. but I don't know if it is or not. But anyway, when they said that she had been abused by her father and that she didn't speak, and they all called her, said that she was a fool, I I've been learning a lot about trauma and how people react and how growth, maturity, certain growths can be stunted by trauma. And so her childhood was very traumatic, and it's how she was living. She may have been very intelligent. Just because she didn't speak and she lived the way she lived, that could have been trauma based, not to do with her intelligence in that sense. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I absolutely love how this is written, or I should say translated, since I'm not reading the original Russian. I am reading it in English, of course. But yeah, it's so good. And I also love that I'm reading it slowly, because I feel like I'm able to really take in those certain things that are happening. So even though I'm not very good about talking about it. Anyway, so that is what I'm reading. Plan to finish Pride and Prejudice tonight and continue on with the Rebels and the Brothers Karamazov through the week. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys are reading and how you are doing. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.